The movie begins in a peaceful, quiet house. In the scene, we see a man named Peter fixing an old radio, and his wife says, "Dinner is ready in 15 minutes. Please leave this work and come downstairs." Peter always shakes his head and gets back to his work. And as soon as he fixes the radio and plays it, suddenly the clock hands on his window stop. From inside the radio, he hears a woman's voice telling him. Peter turns off the radio in fear, and when he turns it back on, he sees the shadow of a woman standing there. When he turns off the radio again, she disappears. As soon as the woman doesn't act then, she runs back towards Peter and shouts loudly. Frightened, Peter turns off the radio again to check what's going on. Peter says no more, and in this, the woman herself turns off the video. Scared, as he was walking backward, a toy hits his foot. Here, a show happens and a man is brought in, and his neck is grabbed. Peter's wife also comes upstairs to see Peter, and then we only hear her scream as the screen goes black. In the next scene, we see Peter's daughter, Emma. She was a very good singer and had come to give her audition, but due to her nervousness, she couldn't sing anything in the audition and leaves from there. As soon as Emma returns, her friend teases her about her audition, but she sadly tells him that due to her nervousness, she's quitting the audition. Her friend Seba started encouraging her, and just then, Emma received a call from her mom, who was extremely worried about the strike. Without thinking much, she returns to her city with the service where her mom was admitted in the hospital, and she had many injury marks. Shortly, the doctor comes and asks to meet the mom alone. The doctor says that your diet caused them to fall from the stairs, resulting in a head injury. There is blood flow in the brain. Because of this, their condition is critical. They are admitted to the ICU, and several of their ribs and limbs are also broken. The doctor also mentions that Emma's mom has bruises all over, and the doctors suspect that Emma's dad has tortured Emma's mom. During all this, Emma's mom pushed Emma's dad down the stairs. Because of this, Emma's mom was also being kept under observation. Emma reassures her mom and says that dad's condition is better now. So you stay in the hospital, and tomorrow I'll take you home. Hearing the word home, Emma's mom got nervous. She tells him not to go home. Also, let me tell you that Peter tried to kill me, but at that time, you weren't on your diet. Their souls seemed to be processed by something else. Emma couldn't understand anything they were saying. Seeing Ma's mom scared, Japama suggests booking a hotel. But Ma insists, no, we'll go to our own home. I want to check if there's something there that's consuming Mo so much. At home, she shows her friend her recording studio and says that she's been singing here since childhood. And this is where she recorded her first song with her dad. After that, she goes to the attic, which was her dad's secret place. His hobby was fixing old things. This was the work he used to do here. Seeing all these things, Emma became very emotional. Seba says to him, "I can't believe that even a diet can kill Mom." Seba encourages him, "Surely this is all a misunderstanding, and it will be cleared up soon." Dad also goes downstairs to make dinner. After that, the typewriter there starts typing on its own and the word help appears on it. Now, Seba also gets scared and calls for Ma, and they see that every food item in their house has gone bad. Perhaps they bought these things a long time before their death. Now when SP goes to get food, they start listening to the recordings. 1. The recording stops. The housey time halts just like before, and the house is engulfed in silence. The radio above starts playing and Emma hears voices inside the headphones she put on. "Be quiet, he's coming." When Emma takes off the headphones, she hears the sound of the radio. Just as she was about to go and turn it off, a woman's soul turned off the radio before her, and Emma got terribly scared. As soon as Emma, confused, turns on the radio, she sees the shadow of that woman standing in the room just like before. As soon as Emma turns off the radio, it disappears from there. Emma turns on the radio again and seeing that woman approaching her, she turns off the radio. As she comes downstairs, she sees that someone has been calling. Before she can receive the call, her phone's battery dies. The landline was now ringing. She got scared. She remembered the woman's voice. "Don't make noise," he could hear. So she immediately picked up the landline and put it aside. As soon as she said this, the soul of a man appeared in front of her and grabbed her by the neck. Then in the next set, it was left again, and Soul closed all the windows and doors. She nervously tries to open the door, and then she sees that the time write had started again, with "help" written on it. Emma realizes that someone is trying to communicate with her by restarting the typewriter. Before she could type a question on the typewriter, the man's soul throws the typewriter, and at that moment, the mother sees the souls of a woman and a child running here. Emma is upstairs in the attic and tries to open the window. During this time, his foot again hits a toy and the radio here also turns on. She sees with her own eyes that the child's soul quickly goes to the radio to find out what was going on. When she turns on the radio again, she sees the souls of that girl and child once more. They both are telling her to turn off the radio. But before that, the woman knocks the man unconscious with a blow. As soon as Emma is unconscious, the woman turns off the radio. As soon as Emma regains consciousness, she panics and goes downstairs, locking herself in the studio with her phone. Once the phone is charged, she first tries to message Seba, but there were no signals inside the studio. It was seen that Seba was also standing outside the house, loudly calling out for Emma. Now, watching this, she steps out of the studio and tries to call Seba, but the sound of Seba's phone seems just as distant to her. Stepping outside, she sees that he was in the laundry room, holding his head. Basic had barely made it inside through the back door, and as soon as he entered, his head started hurting. She gestures for him to stay quiet and helps him into the room. One copy, looking worried, tells her that we can't talk here, someone is here. She asks if he saw anything, and he says he doesn't know. His answer seemed strange to Deepak, but she still took him to the recording studio door. From his recording, he tried to make them hear the women's voices, but Seba couldn't hear anything, while Emma could still hear those voices. This time, there was another voice saying that it was right here. Upon hearing this, as soon as she looks back, the service was done. From there, Seba was in the living room and was swinging the king chair in a strange manner. Behind the same chair, he also sees the woman who signals him to stay silent and then disappears. When Seba approaches, Seba's one appears white, which meant that the man's soul had also taken over Seba's money, and now Seba starts attacking. He begins to strangle her. Service is going to give up on itself by killing a body like him. She came in fear. As soon as she comes in, the radio goes off again and it pushes us, and at her behest Chi-Wan reaches another world. The house in the other world was exactly like theirs. Actually, the girl was showing beans. Ema's mom from her old life was telling her to stay quiet, because a little later, her dad was going to do something, and he didn't like their residence. He had lost one eye in the war. That's why he was always angry. Now that man can come with onions, which makes them start serving more food out of fear. But she was more anxious than scared because she had accidentally broken a plate, and the sound of it made Prasad so angry that he hit his wife hard as punishment. The children were watching all this. As she stepped back in fear, she accidentally turned on the radio that was at M's house at the time. As the radio played, the man's anger began to rise. The girl tried to turn off the radio, but it wouldn't turn off. In his anger, the man tried to strangle his wife to death, and by the time his daughter came forward to save her, her mother had already died. The girl also stabbed a knife into his heart, and during this, Sami was holding his daughter's neck and dies after killing his daughter a month earlier. Witnessing all this, the mother starts crying loudly, screaming. During this time, we see that she had come out of herself where the creature had already attacked her. She picks up a toy lying nearby, hits him on the head, and saves herself by running into the studio. When Seba comes to the studio, she quickly leaves and locks the studio, then stands in another room and starts playing songs inside the studio to annoy the noise of the man inside Seba. To protect himself, he locked himself in the attic again, and before coming, he turned on all the appliances in the house so that their noise would keep the house noisy. Seba, who was extremely fed up with those voices, breaks all the speakers in the studio and comes outside. The noise was still bothering Seba, and he started having a severe headache. Before the man lets go of Seba's body, the house lights go out, and once again silence envelops the house. The man is just about to attack Anna again when suddenly the radio turns on by itself, and he hears the voices of his wife and son coming from it. Hearing these voices, the man mostly wants to forget about attacking and just sits there. And Anna realizes that this man hates the noise of his daughter and wife more than all the noise in the world. He hates their voices. During this time, the girl and the child also come in front of the mother and hold her hand, and both scream so loudly. The man goes towards them. Seeing them, she also starts shouting loudly with them, making the whole house echo with noise and start shaking. The man, frustrated by the noise, leaves Seba's body and exits, leaving the place. As soon as he leaves, the souls of his wife and daughter also depart from here. Emma understood. Their souls have now reached their rightful place. They have gone to heaven where they should have been. Everything was back to normal, and now Emma hugs him. A few days pass, and the atmosphere at home becomes normal. Emma's mom and dad also recover and return home, and they enjoy a few days together. During this time, Emma's mom says, "The one who attacked me that day wasn't your father," reassuring her by saying, "I know. I saw that she was someone else." She hugs her mom, and a few days later, both of them leave from here. Back home, Emma also threw that radio out of her house. Another boy picked up the radio and sold it in a shop. This shop had more old things like in this video. In a little while, a girl also comes to set up this antique shop. She takes a picture of the portrait kept here, and the vortex pulls the girl inside it. With this, the movie ends with the suspense of what ultimately happened to the girl.